From the heart of Wayne County, this is Wayne Goldsboro Television, Goldsboro, North Carolina.
Today is Monday. It is the 25th of April, 2K16. This is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kate Daniels.
And hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. What a nice weekend.
Awesome.
But you know what? It's kind of cool, but the weather is going to change this week. By the end of the week, we will be every day in the 80s. Average is mid-70s. Oh, yeah.
I love it. Big weekend with the Pickle Festival and jam-packed activities all weekend long.
It was, and we were a little worried about that because of the rain Friday night, but that's okay. Everything worked out. It all worked out.
It always does.
It always does.
It always does.
Oh, boy, looky here tonight at Wayne Community College. The two of the original Red Clay Ramblers, Bland Simpson and Jack Herrick, will be performing, and these guys are, well, besides many things, they're brilliant in many areas, but they also perform extremely well. They're both very talented guys. From Diamond Studs to King Mackerel and the Blues are running, and the King Mackerel and the Blues are running. The foundation of Wayne Community College brings you Bland and Jack of the Red Clay Ramblers, and they will be performing tonight. That show beginning at, I believe it's at 7
p.m.
7 p.m. right there in Moffett Auditorium. And
That's
you will join. It's free of charge. Free, and it doesn't cost anything either.
Yeah, it doesn't cost a thing, does it?
It doesn't cost
free,
a thing,
what?
does it? Right, it's free.
Well, and the foundation at Wayne Community College does wonderful programs throughout the year. If you're interested in learning more, you can visit their website and get on their mailing list. They are happy to send you some literature about some upcoming events.
Or, in fact, they'll be happy to send you anything.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Who's having a birthday today? Let's see now. Oh, boy. One of my favorites, Big Al. Al Pacino having a birthday. 76 today. He is. Talia Shire. Now, wasn't she in Rocky? I believe she was in Rocky. She is 70 today. She played, if I'm not mistaken, she played Adrienne. Anyway, she's 70 today. Birthday for Renee Zellweger. That lovely lady recently had facial surgery for some reason. She was already very pretty, and let's just say there's a lot of people who are disappointed, and that's a shame because she's very pretty, very talented.
It definitely altered how she looked.
And that's what she wanted.
Oh.
Yeah, she wanted a different look. She got it. But anyway, she's still attractive, but she's an extremely talented actress. She is. And those are some of the birthdays, people having birthdays today.
That's great.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, we'll look over our trivia question coming up in a few minutes, okay? Well, today is Monday. It's the 25th, and the final week of April as we work our way toward May. May, yes, I know. Yeah. April showers and May flowers and all that stuff. And, you know, they say April showers, but we have had a lot of showers, but it all comes at one time and then it dries up.
Like it.
Yeah, and we have had a brief drought period to some degree.
Yeah.
To some degree. That's a weather term.
That is a weather term. Look at you.
Yeah, well, you know, I read a book once. Let's see. Coming up tomorrow night at the Veterans of Foreign Wars in Mount Olive, post 9959, the VFW hut in Mount Olive. They're going to have their meeting beginning at 6:30, and that is at 1010 North Church Street in Mount Olive. 1010 North Church Street, Mount Olive. And then the latter part of this week, on the 28th of April, the Wayne County Veterans and Patriots Coalition will have their meeting at the Veteran Services Office at 2001 D East Ash Street, Goldsboro. And that begins at 6 p.m. The Wayne County Veterans and Patriots Coalition. Now, here's the thing about that organization. They are fantastic.
They are.
You do not have to be a veteran. You simply have to be a patriot.
That's right.
That's right. And anybody can join that. Just saying, if you are interested, you can go to that meeting, 6 o'clock, the 28th, which is...
Thursday.
Thursday. That's what I meant to say. at 6 p.m. at the Veterans Services Office on East Ash Street. Okay. My, what is this? Small Business Week. Tell me about Small Business Week. Tell me about that.
Gearing up for that. So the month of May, nationwide, we celebrate Small Business Month. In the month of May, Small Business Week. That week runs from May 2nd through the 6th. All you need to remember is the first week of May. So I say at the Chamber, we celebrate small business every single day of the year. But we've got some great events lined up for that week. We'll discuss some more of them later on in the show, but you can go online to the WayneCountyChamber.com and see a full lineup. But we've got different free seminars that we're encouraging members of the business community to come out. Now, I will go on and share with you a little teaser. One of the things we're constantly going, how can we be better? How can we better serve our members? And one of the things that, we're offering these great things during the day. Well, can a lot of small businesses leave a storefront during the day to come to these? Not always.
Good question.
How many businesses are out there that would like to come and learn, how to leverage their exposure with social media, learn about the Affordable Care Act and what it means for your business, want to learn about deadline and hidden local tax and fees for businesses. It's all stuff we need to know. But if you can't leave your office, you're going to miss out on this.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Here's a little teaser. We're going to have these live meetings at the Chamber. We want you to come and be a part of it. We are working to see how we can best offer webinars for free for our members on our website. So more to come on that. We want to make sure we're able to bring some things to businesses that cannot leave during the day to attend the many events and programs of the Chamber. So more to come on that. Yes.
You guys just keep doing amazing things there.
Well, that's real kind, but we're trying to be supportive to a lot of amazing businesses in our community.
Outstanding. All right, very quickly, before we go to our next portion of the program, here's our trivia question for today. The category is World War II.
Okay.
Long time ago, 1941 to 45 for the U.S. The question is, and a lot of people know this, who was the leader of the Axis power Italy during World War II? Who was the head of the Axis power Italy? Who was the head of state of Italy during World War II? We'll have that question answered for you here after the break, and we'll be back after this. We're still a little flaky there. That's a surprise. You ready? All right, hit me. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're pleased to have our Wayne County manager with us today, Mr. George Wood. George, how you doing?
Fine, Wayne. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for coming in. We had a commissioners meeting earlier this week. We just want to cover some of the highlights of that meeting, some things that were happening. It seems that for several of the meetings, we have had people come in from the Canterbury Village and the other neighborhood, and they're concerned about and trying to remedy the problems they're having with their streets in the neighborhood. And this is an ongoing problem and has been for many years. The North Carolina Department of Transportation is involved with this, and they're involved simply because Wayne County is we're not a county. In fact, none of the counties in North Carolina are highway or street maintenance counties.
That's correct. And that confuses some people who move in from another state, because in some states you do have county roads, but not in North Carolina.
Not in North Carolina. None of the counties do. So where do we stand on this? These two neighborhoods trying to get their streets fixed.
Yeah, we have researched it, found the state statute that applies to it, and it calls for a petition method for doing this. And they have to send us a petition with 75% of the property owners, but also representing 75% of the actual land that fronts on the streets.
Okay.
So there are two thresholds they have to meet. This petition did meet that. The problem is that when we had the DOT come in and do an estimation on the cost, it was a little over $3 million and 121 lots. And so when you do the math, it's just a little under $25,000 per lot.
Ooh.
And while we can spread those assessments out over 10 years, that's still a tremendous amount of money.
Yes, it is.
For people to pay. So what we decided to do, the board decided to do, was that we would hire our own engineer to do that.
Okay.
And so they've authorized me to do that. There's a provision in state law that normally we have to go through a RFQ process. We advertise, we have to go through an interview process, and you can't take price into account on professional services. So then you pick one, then I'm supposed to negotiate with them, bring that back to the board. That's a very lengthy process,
Yeah.
but in the statutes there's a provision for an exemption to that if the fee is going to be under $50,000, which it will be in this case. So we were able to move forward. We have about 3 firms we ask for proposals from, and in this case, when you're exempted like that, you can have them include the price
okay.
along with their professional qualifications. So the planner and I are going to meet. In fact, we're meeting this afternoon to try to nail down who we're going to hire for that. So we've got that in the works. The commission did pass to give us that exemption at the last meeting. At this last meeting, Tuesday, we had on to continue the public hearing, which we had called back, I believe it was late February.
Right.
And the reason for that is we don't have the dollar figures yet because the engineer is just now being hired. So we've tabled this until, I believe it's the second meeting in June, and he should have his work done and have a pretty good cost estimate for us at that point. At that time, Wayne, what we'll do is we'll add in the advertising cost and a few other things, plus his fee, divide that by the 121 lots, and that'll be the new assessment figure. We'll mail those out to all 121 lot owners, notify them of the public hearing, and at that point they'll come in and they can tell us either by contacting the county clerk or coming to the meeting and telling us if they still want to be on the petition or not. Because the whole purpose of the second public hearing is to give them a realistic number and then say, all right, now that you know the price, do you want to go ahead or not?
Right.
So that's where we're at.
Yeah.
And so we had to delay it one more time. I originally had it on there to delay it indefinitely until I had the engineer's estimate in hand.
Yeah.
But the county attorney overruled me and said we have to have a date and time certain. So we put it in late June.
What does he know?
A lot.
I know.
Apparently more than the county manager.
Well, let me say this about that. I have seen all the meetings where this has been brought up.
Yeah.
And at first, the residents of those communities coming to the meetings seemed to be a little irritated about all this. However, I must say that they're getting the attention I think that
Yeah.
they well deserve. And this is a lengthy, drawn-out process.
Well,
and,
it is.
And they're
It's
a lot friendlier than they were.
Yeah, it is a very detailed legal process. The notifications have to be right. Everything has to be done properly from a legal standpoint. And DOT is still involved because ultimately the engineer has to do it to their satisfaction.
Right.
Because the whole purpose of this is to put the roads into condition satisfactory to DOT.
Right, which would include if there are mailboxes out there.
Yes,
of the-
and that's driving the cost up. You've
Yeah.
got to recut ditches. If you have mailboxes that are encroaching,
Yeah.
if the driveway piping is too undersized to handle the drainage, all of those are issues that have to be addressed in this. So it's not simply going in and redoing the pavement itself.
Right. Wow. The meeting was not a long meeting necessarily, but there were several resolutions
Yes.
that were addressed by commissioners. Give us an idea of some of the things they covered.
Well, 2 in particular I think the public would be interested in. One is when we go to do 2 major capital projects, and these are the Maxwell Regional Agricultural and Convention Center,
Right.
and the other is a new 911 center, and I'll get into the need for that later. But in looking at those, what state law allows us to do is pass a resolution saying that we intend to reimburse the county funds from those debt issuances at a later time. What that allows us to do is go ahead and use some money we have on hand to start those projects and then do the actual financing later. And the reason we wanted to do that on the MRAC, which is the Maxwell Regional Agricultural and Convention Center, the reason we wanted to do that is we've already, of course, had an architect well underway on that. We are shortly going to be doing the bidding out on the site work. probably will crank up the site work sometime in June.
Oh, yeah.
But we really don't want to bid it out until we get all the bids in, because we're using a construction manager at risk this
Right.
time. They'll bid everything out in August, and so I really don't want to go to the bond market until I know exactly what the cost is going to be.
Right.
So this allows us to do that. The second one is the 911 center. We've got a situation where we've outgrown our 911 center here. It's in the Jeffries building, and it's not in a position where we can expand it. So in addition, the state has come down and said you've got to have a secondary 911 center.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Oh.
And so since that one, we have a hard time trying to expand it. We're gonna make that the backup center, and we're gonna move to another location. The board accepted our recommendation to put it somewhere near our Public Works facility. The reason for that had nothing to do with Public Works. It has to do with our communications tower is right there.
Right.
And the closer we are to that, the cheaper it is to get the lines to it and all that. So we've got 5 different options. We've got 3 buildings over there that we might be able to renovate, and then we've got 2 possible sites to build from scratch.
Right.
So we're doing the same thing there, is allowing us to start those processes and then reimburse ourselves later with money from the bond issues.
Let's back up just a moment. The regional agriculture, Maxwell Regional Agricultural and Convention Center. You mentioned the construction manager at risk. Cover that for us one more time. What does that mean exactly? What does
Well,
it
it's
do?
a little different from the normal process. The normal process would be the architect designs the building, prepares all of the bid documents. We put it out for bid, and then licensed contractors bid on it.
Right.
We award it to the lowest bidder, and then they construct it. And the architect is paid to oversee and inspect their work, and then signs off on it. So that's the standard way.
Right.
There's a provision in state law that allows us to use what's called a construction manager at risk, and what that is that you have the same you have the architect. They designed the building, but they do it in concert with the construction manager at risk. You select a construction manager at risk on qualifications, and then we have to negotiate a fee with them. And we've been through that process. We've negotiated the fee. Then they come on board. They review at 3 different stages. They review the architect's plans and make recommendations for, some people call it value engineering, where can we use different materials? Can we use a different method of building, something that won't hurt the integrity of the building but could save us some money. And so we're in that process now, and then they take the place of the general contractor.
Right.
The difference is the county does not bid out all of the subcontractors. The CMAR does, but they're done on sealed bids. We're in the room, we get to see all the bids, and we make sure they take the lowest responsible bid.
Okay.
So we are getting bids to control the pricing. The only part of the pricing on the project that's not controlled by bids is the contract with the CMAR, and that's negotiated, just like with the architect.
Okay. Very good. Okay, I want to ask you one final thing. I heard or noticed that the Advanced Manufacturing Center came into, was mentioned at the, in fact, a resolution brought up regarding something called Brownsfield. What is that?
Well, a brownfield is when if you have, it can even be a very minor amount of contamination, which is the case there. As you know, we bought the old Cooper Busman building for that. So whenever you have an industrial building like that, you're going to have some traces of contamination.
Right.
When we found that, there's 1 or 2 things can happen. The state can order you as the owner to clean all that up. Or if it's a minor amount and you're taking steps not to disturb it, then you can enter into what's called a brownfield agreement with the department. And what that basically says is they can't come in and force us to clean it up.
Oh, okay.
And so it's worth having a brownfield agreement, because then you don't have to worry about the regulators coming in later and requiring that to be cleaned up.
And that's simply because it's just a small amount.
It's a small amount. There are really trace elements there. There's no way you can run an industrial concern for 40 or 50 years and not have some of that. So That's what we were doing there. And on the building, we are completing phase 1 and 3 with our forces and some with the college's forces. And after that, they're now in the, for phases 2 and then 4 through 8, they're in the process of hiring an architect now.
Oh.
Now for them, it's a very cumbersome process because they have to go through the state construction office because they are a state agency, as you know. So they would not allow them to start the process until they found out if the bonds passed or not. Of course, the bonds did pass. The college has set aside out of their $5.8 million, they're to give $1.6 million will go to this advanced manufacturing center. So that additional funding is there. We're ready to hire the architect. The school will hire the architect, oversee the work, and they had to do that because they're using state bond money.
Right.
So it could not be a county project, had to be their project. Right. But so that project is ready to move forward as well.
Wow. A lot of things going on.
A lot going on.
A lot going on here in Wayne County. And we're talking to the gentleman who runs the county. We're talking to the county manager.
Okay.
Okay.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis, yeah. Anyway, County Manager George Wood, our guest today, and I appreciate very much your coming in. We're always busy here in Wayne County.
We are.
Always something going on. You're invited to attend the Wayne County Commissioners Board of Commissioners meeting. It's twice a month, the first and third Tuesday of each month, with an agenda briefing beginning at 8, the regular meeting beginning at 9. And of course, as always, if you have any questions at all, you can email or you can call the Wayne County Manager's Office, 919-731-1435. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, 919-731-1435. And we appreciate very much your coming in.
Glad to do it, Wayne.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
The year was 1935 and George H. Gallup begins the Gallup poll. DuPont chemist Wallace Carruthers creates nylon. In that same year in Wayne County, county commissioners asked state legislators for relief from what they term as the intolerable conditions in the county jail. The reason stated was that insane persons are confined there along with other prisoners. Wayne County Sheriff Paul C. Garrison reports overcrowding and inadequate facilities in the jail. Committee members urge the county commissioners to build a new jail, but Commissioner R.P. Holmes is opposed and no action is taken on the suggestion. County commissioners balk at proposed legislation calling for the county to be divided into districts. The commissioners agree to 4-year terms. This moment in history has been brought to you on behalf of the Wayne County Commissioners, bringing you a sense of the past with an eye on the future.
And we're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. This is Monday, the 25th of April, and thank you for being with us. You know, the show airs 3 times a day. This very show, yeah, because we repeat. We air at the 7 o'clock hour, and then we repeat at noon, and then we repeat at 5:30 p.m. And we hope you're able to watch or catch at least one of those. And if you're not watching right this minute, if you're off doing something else, it'll be on at what? It'll be on at what? It'll be on at noon.
Or 5:30.
Or 5:30. That's exactly right.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. All right. Pickle Festival. Woo! That's
What
behind
a
us.
big weekend it was. Big
I'm
weekend.
telling you, we got May coming next month.
It hurts my feelings.
May.
It hurts my feelings. It's going by too fast. I'll tell you that this Thursday, which is April 28th, we will be at Wayne Memorial Hospital that morning, bright and early at 7:30 for the healthcare hot topics. So the chamber has 4 quarterly hot topics, and healthcare is certainly one of them. And one of the things that we thought the business community and our community at large would be interested in hearing about is the partnership, the recent partnership between Wayne Memorial Hospital and UNC Healthcare.
UNC Healthcare, yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to bring both parties that have joined together to partner to strengthen our healthcare here in Wayne County together and give an opportunity to hear from both entities that have recently partnered. I'll tell you, I recently saw the logo. I think it's starting to trickle out. They'll do an official unveiling and some celebrations here locally in the coming weeks, and you'll hear more about that. But it's going to be an important discussion. It's going to be this Thursday, April 28th. We are going to be at Wayne Memorial Hospital at 7:30 in the morning, and we want to see a full room for this very important discussion.
Yeah. Did I agree to videotape that?
You did not. Would you be interested in videotaping?
Well, I'm videotaping Dr. Duggan the evening before that. Is that right? Yeah, the 27th.
So just leave your stuff there.
You know, I could, couldn't I? And in fact, I could probably grab a bed.
So did you
and just
see
sleep
my face when I said bright and early? This cat wakes up at what? What time do you wake up in the morning? 4?
Well, somebody's got to get the
3:30,
chickens
4?
up.
I mean, it's ridiculous. So, at like 2? Okay.
Sometimes
so
earlier.
He likes earlier.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. But you know, but come later in the day, you know, like
He gets
at
a little
1
goofy.
o'clock, I'm very sleepy. That's not true. Hey, I can prove it. Look at this show at the noon presentation, or even at 5:30, and I'm still boom wide awake like this. Boom. Right?
Right, right.
Okay. Coming up, we've
Okay.
got the Red Cross is going to have all kinds of goodies for you here. They're going to take your blood from you on May 3rd. That will be at the Rosewood High School, beginning at 9 in the a.m. Bright and early.
That's right.
Yes, bright and early. All right, and then at St. Stephen's on the 12th, St. Stephen's Episcopal Church, and that will be on May 12th at 2 p.m. And there are several others as well. Give the gift of life, please.
Please.
Yes, give the
Please.
gift
There
of
are
life.
some major shortages right now, and if you're able to
Right.
give, it's a gift that doesn't cost a thing but a little bit of your time, and it can save up to 3 lives.
I'll tell you what, and it doesn't cost anything to give.
That's right.
It's free to give. And if you think about that, that is really a bargain, because look at what you're doing. You're saving 3 lives. And what's that
Yeah.
worth? Huh?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
All right, today's the 25th. Let's see what's going on today. Today is, before we head off to another planet, today is...
The 25th.
The 25th. Today is DNA Day.
Oh.
Yeah, DNA Day. It's also, oh my goodness, if I said, oh my, I don't feel so good.
Oh.
What's his name?
From Eeyore.
Yes! Today's Eeyore's birthday.
Aww.
212. No, he's not. No, I don't know. It doesn't say how old he is. No, I'm sorry. Anyway, that's Eeyore's birthday is today. It's also Hairstylist Appreciation Day.
Oh.
Oh, where would we be without hairstylists? Out to here. No, out to hair. Stop that. You're so funny. Anyway, also having a day today is Hug a Plumber Day. All right?
Aww.
Yeah, plunge right into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's also International Marconi Day. Guglielmo Marconi, the Italian gentleman who is credited with creating radio.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. 10-4.
10-4.
Yeah. It's Malaria Awareness Day. Be aware of malaria. Okay. National Mani-Pedi Day. Why?
Oh, manicure and pedicure?
Yeah, Manicure Pedicure Day, yes. License Plates Day and Red Hat Society Day.
Okay.
Save the Frogs Day. Sense of Smell Day. Boy, today's a big day.
This is a big day,
It is a big
folks.
day. Spring Astronomy Day. World Day for Animals in Laboratories Day. World Penguin Day. We need Julie back here. You know,
Why?
she's a penguin.
Oh, she does have.
Anyway, that's enough of that garbage. I mean, that's enough of that stuff.
Oh.
We don't have garbage, we have stuff.
Stuff.
Right,
Lots
stuff.
of stuff.
We're going to do this stuff again tomorrow, and a lot of garbage along with it, so we'll be, Oh, yeah, the trivia question. Thank you.
It's Monday.
Today,
It's Monday.
It is Monday. What are you going to do? Okay, here's the answer to today's trivia question. The question was, who was the leader of the Axis power Italy during World War II? This fellow was an ally of Adolf Hitler. And his name, the head of Italy at the time during World War II, was Benito Mussolini. Mussolini, not a very nice person. Yes. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Woo, did I scare me?
You did.
I
You scared me a little
yeah,
bit.
Scare me all the time. Yeah, scary guy. We'll be back tomorrow. Please join us at that time, whatever that time might be. We'll be here. Hope you're there. And until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kate Daniels.
And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.